Several of our sectional awards were presented at other events. These include the 2014 Senior Spirit Awards. Female, Hillary Merrill, Corpus Christi. Male, Tony Dawson, Austin. During the 2014 Summer Grand Slam in College Station, the following junior awards were presented. John McFarland Award, Xavier Gonzalez, Houston. Mary Loudon Award, Camilla Westbrooks, McKinney. Art Faust Sportsmanship Award, Xavier Gonzalez, Houston. Maureen Connolly Brinker Sportsmanship Award, Camilla Westbrooks, McKinney. Bob McKinley Sportsmanship Award, Alex Westbrooks, McKinney. Zena Garrison Sportsmanship Award, Sarah Adams, San Antonio. Lee Thornburg is a force in Texas tennis, both on and off the court. He's the second recipient of the Ray Del Castillo Official of the Year Award. A newcomer to officiating when compared to many, Lee exemplifies a spirit of willingness to work and mentor like few other officials. His passion for tennis is not confined to playing, but includes actively recruiting, training, and mentoring newer officials, especially spending time with many of our younger officials, 16 to 18-year-olds, making sure they carry on the legacy of good officiating in Texas. Grassroots tennis is Lee's focus, choosing to referee or rove a junior ZAT over other assignments. Lee serves on the section's officials committee and is a past president of the Metroplex Tennis Officials Association. Lee maintains a sectional ranking of 7th in his age division and is an active member of the USPTA. As an accomplished businessman in the film industry, he's earned the right to make demands and limit his availability. That's simply not Lee's way, caring deeply for the grassroots of our sport. He and fellow official Marvin Smith even organized a local CTA dedicated to providing grassroots tennis tournaments to the DFW area, focused on the weekday player. The man is tireless in his devotion to tennis, whether it's playing for his own enjoyment, roving a junior tournament, or training a brand new official to rove on their own. Lee Thornburg is a good fit for Official of the Year. In his lifelong involvement in tennis, Henry Cox has done it all, but he likes to keep doing, and sometimes he needs some help from his friends. 2 years ago, he suggested to Terry Siegel that they bring tennis to the 32 senior centers around Fort Worth. Terry's mother, Evelyn, helped create these centers 40 years ago, and they now serve some 50,000 senior citizens. Henry likes to think big. 50,000 potential tennis players was big enough to impress him. Henry and Terry have now established tennis programs in 11 of the centers. They provide the training, structure, and equipment using short courts, foam balls, and rackets. They also participate in health fairs aimed at seniors to spread the word that tennis is now available at these centers and that tennis can help seniors with their strength, balance, and cardio fitness. The average age of the participants is 75. One of the program directors said, "At first I didn't think tennis would work, but Terry and Henry came to demonstrate and I was convinced. Our seniors really love tennis. They were sore after the first time, but they keep coming back." Next on Henry and Terry's agenda is collaborating with TCU's varsity tennis teams to have the students adopt a senior center, make appearances, and help with the tennis program. Competitions between the senior centers are also planned, and of course, there are still 21 more centers in Greater Fort Worth for Henry and Terry to hit. Word has gotten out and inquiries are coming in from other cities about how to start senior center programs in their areas. Tennis has proven to be a good fit for Fort Worth seniors as well as making them fit. All thanks to Henry Cox and Terry Siegel. "2014 Family of the Year." The Mangos have been heavily involved with South Texas tennis since the 1980s. While tennis has been a vocation for Jerry and Penny, it's also been an avocation, as their work ethic has carried over to their volunteer efforts for the sport. During years of service to their clubs and organizations, they've also devoted much of their time to volunteering in their communities and for charities. Both sons have been and continue to be involved in tennis in the community. At the Corpus Christi Country Club, Jerry does all the things required of a director of tennis and swim, and more. Plus, he owns and operates the Pro Shop. Penny hangs out there too, running competitive social and charitable events as well as social mixers for adults and kids. For the past 3 years, she's also been the executive director of the Corpus Christi Tennis Association and has done a tremendous job of making that organization financially stable. Jerry has been very active as a volunteer for USTA Texas, USPTA Texas, South Texas Pro Tennis Association, and the Corpus Christi Tennis Association, serving on many committees in many capacities for many years. Listing just his current affiliations would take the rest of the evening, but he will again be chair of leagues and a member of junior team tennis for the section. Likewise, his list of awards is massive, but the USPTA National Award for Industry Excellence in 2013 was very big. Being Corpus Christi Pro of the Year 4 times is impressive too. Both Jerry and Penny were also very active in their sons' junior tennis careers, beginning with fundraising for their high school booster club. They still direct a fundraiser for Texas A&M Corpus Christi teams, even though their oldest son has long graduated. Andrew played junior super champs before playing for the Division I college, where he was the captain his senior year. He's volunteered to help with kids' play days and currently works local tournaments as a roving umpire and site director. Alex also played in high school and currently attends the University of Texas studying computer science and economics. He works local tournaments as well as tournaments and events in Austin, including the Davis Cup. He's set up tournament computer operations for Corpus events involving hotspots for satellite sites, is a certified tournament director, and maintains the CCTA website. The Mangos are real tennis icons in their community, as all of them are involved in every aspect of the sport. They give of themselves selflessly and never need to be asked twice before jumping in and making a difference whenever help is needed at any level. They do all things tennis, and they do it very, very well. Community Service Award. Those who have played on or captained a USTA League team will probably be impressed that tonight's honoree has captained more than 100 teams over the past 10 years. But since the Southeast Texas Tennis Association asked him to become their league coordinator last year, he's cut back. This season, he's only the captain of 9 teams, but he's playing on 11 as he teaches others his secrets to being an effective captain. As league coordinator, he immediately made an impact as participation numbers began increasing. His focus: bring new players to the game. When his first Friday night adult beginners group moved on to play Lone Star League, he had a waiting list for the next session. He particularly delights in recruiting former players who haven't picked up a racket since high school. When he's not wearing his league hat, he's into community advocacy. He's credited with resurrecting the Southeast Texas Tennis Association when he found it dormant in 2005 and was a board member continuously, including president until 2014. In the past few years, he's been called the key person who persuaded and worked with the city of Beaumont to spend $7 million for a major expansion of their public tennis facility. They went from 8 courts to 24 courts, including 4 covered, and built a new clubhouse. He and his wife Ruthie, whom he met on the tennis courts, were also among the first volunteers to embrace quick start tennis. Typically, he saw more opportunity while working with 141 children. The courtside parents were given flyers asking them, "Wouldn't you like to learn to play too?" The city of Beaumont and USTA Texas are lucky to have and to honor Claude Guidroz. As facility manager and director of tennis programs for the very successful Arlington Tennis Center, her employment requires that she meet many of the criteria to win this award, but what she does above and beyond what is required and expected every week without extra compensation is why we are honoring her tonight. Because of physical limitations, she can no longer play tennis, so she spends multiple hours and days beyond her 40-hour week making sure that others can. Creating, developing, and implementing programs for the community allow her to stay involved personally. Her day job is not to run tournaments, but she has developed, organized, and directed hundreds of them. In fact, her reputation as a tournament director has become so valued that she is the go-to person for sectional and national events when needed. Whether someone else has dropped the ball or someone just needs the assurance that the event will be properly executed, it's a given that she can be counted on. She also enjoys a strong working relationship with other facility managers, the local college, and other groups, helping with their training and events. Free community activities, including block parties, tennis across America, demo days, charitable endeavors, and even fun staff tournaments to build rapport, are the norm rather than the exception at the center. They also work year-round with a Special Olympics team. Numbers of tennis players in all categories grow every day, including many youth benefiting from her efforts to add 6 short courts. Cheryl Osborne is the exceptional figure behind the growth, the vision, and the one putting in the extra time to make it happen. Lloyd Sessions Educational Merit Award. Tonight's honoree has been a fixture in the Austin tennis community for more than 20 years. He helped establish the Junior Tennis Academy at St. Stephen's School 15 years ago and has continued to initiate a wide spectrum of junior development programs to a diverse population. It's been estimated that he reaches more than 1,000 young people annually. In 2000, he founded an organization called Set to Serve, which partnered with the Austin Boys and Girls Clubs. Tennis became a permanent presence for the children at South and East Austin club locations when equipment and training for citywide club personnel were provided. Every Martin Luther King Day for the past 15 years, he's organized a free tennis carnival that gives lessons, prizes, rackets, and t-shirts to an average of 100 young people. He uses the opportunity to also teach MLK's philosophies of life. For the past 15 years, his organization has adopted an East Austin elementary school and has provided tennis instruction to their 4th graders. Out in their parking lot, you can see the lines he painted for 10 and under tennis courts. His programs in these traditionally underserved areas are long-lasting because he's established them along with a mentoring program. Those who have benefited from tennis involvement return to help younger participants do the same. The system works. When it comes to being involved with children in tennis, the answer to the question, "Will Kevin be there?" is always and quickly answered, Kevin is always there. For this dedication, as well as his development and education of juniors, we recognize Kevin Clark of Austin. Caswell Award. Who's going to make this happen for the kids? I'm willing. Are you? With that attitude and mantra, tonight's winner never steps away from a challenge and always finds willing volunteers to join him. For over 30 years, he's been involved in and a leader in many aspects of Texas tennis, perhaps even all aspects. The city of Abilene knows him as a teaching pro who has been involved with their local CTA for 32 years, serving as president for 16 of those years. For the Big Country Athletic Hall of Fame, he founded and directs the Kyle Williams Memorial Tournament. It's provided scholarships to over 20 college-bound players since 2010. In his spare time the last 17 years, he writes a weekly tennis column for the local newspaper. USTA Texas has benefited from his expertise and give-back spirit as he helped the Junior Tennis Council form the current junior tournament format and ranking system. He's chaired that council for 8 years and been a member for 20. He's also served on the Executive and Hall of Fame committees. As chair of the Coaches Commission, he provided seminars for school coaches. His contributions were recognized and rewarded when he was inducted into the Texas Tennis Hall of Fame in 2008 and received the Lloyd Sessions Education Merit Award in 2000. On the USTA national scene, he's served 8 years on their Junior Competition and Sportsmanship Committee. Tonight, we honor a gentleman now teaching his second generation of players not only about tennis, but also about perseverance, discipline, respect, and especially to give back. Rick Myers of Abilene knows about those qualities because he practices them himself.